Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is More Bad Business, and today we have a 9-minute discussion on the futility of engagement-based, skill-based matchmaking. So, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, Bad Business has a form of skill-based matchmaking. It might not be as egregious as what we witnessed in Cold War and Modern Warfare before that. It might not be as bad as some of the ones you've seen in some of the more modern games, but there is a matchmaking sleight of hand that is occurring behind the scenes, and I didn't notice it at first, because I wasn't a very good player when I first started playing, and I didn't understand the game. But I do now. And this is a little story from a good player to the community, and a question to the community and how you feel about it too. The game you're watching here, guys, I joined it just randomly. Before this, I went on a big tear and got a good KD, and then of course, the matchmaking decided to put everybody who was half decent on the enemy team, and balanced it by putting me with all the terrible players. And the people that I played that first game with were quite conscious of the objective, and they did play it, and the enemy team weren't that capable and weren't that conscious and didn't play the objective. So I'm now being put with people that don't play the objective, don't know to play the objective, don't fire back, and don't have good aim. And everyone against me is the cream of the crop that rose to the top of the pot. And it's all because I had a good spread on that first game, and the game is balancing it to try and offset me. And I don't know if this is Roblox, and I don't know if this is Bad Business, I don't know where this works, but what this is, for people that aren't initiated, this is something called team-based matchmaking. It's a team balancer, essentially, and it happens every single time a server resets between games. So if you join a server, and you play one game, and then you leave and you join another server and you play one game, you will never come across this, because you will never be a victim of it. But what the game is doing is assessing your statistics. It is assessing your abilities, it's assessing the abilities of everyone else, and it is separating you accordingly. And it's something that has existed since early Call of Duty. This was in Call of Duty 4. Happened a lot in COD 4. You would play a game, you would have someone on your team who was capable, the next game he would be on the enemy team and it would be your new rival. If you watched my Scorpion video recently, Showdown with the Scorpion, that was essentially every game of COD 4. You would establish a hierarchy, the people who were the best would get separated and they would clash together and fight and see who overcame. This is something that is not inherently bad by itself, but this is something that becomes inherently bad the longer you stay in it. And I'm curious of what you guys think. I'm really curious, actually. Because I don't think Bad Business is as fun anymore as it used to be, and I have a couple of theories for why that is. But the biggest one of all is because of the balancing that happens. When I first started playing Bad Business, I didn't have any stats, I didn't have any expectations, I didn't have the game knowledge that I have now. So when I played, I ran around and I killed people and I did pretty well, and I got some good KDs and things like that, but I didn't even pay attention to it because it didn't matter at that point. The player base weren't as skilled as they are now. There was more people playing, so there was generally a wider audience of people of different skill levels, and it didn't feel like I was being punished for being a good player. Now it does. And I think that this game is a great example of it. It's a great example of it for a few reasons. Not only do I have to swap off the gun I'm trying to level up, because I want to get gold on my P90, but I also put the Val on, and I think in a while when I can't kill enough people, I end up putting the SMO3 on, and this is when it was busted. I wanted to test it, this was the perfect opportunity. But you'll notice, I'm like the only guy doing anything on the objective. Like, my team are just in this building, not pushing forward, and I'm the only person forging forward, and at this point, I should have left. I should have left this game completely. This is a losing battle, we're going to lose, it doesn't matter how good I am. But I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn and I don't like losing. So I stick in it. But what happens is you join a server, and depending on what the server's like, you'll run around, you'll have a good time, you'll kill some people. And then the next game will be harder, because you'll be separated from the people that were pulling a decent amount of weight like you, and the people that you were bodying are now the people that you're carrying. And then if you do well in that game and you stick in it, it will then shuffle again, but it will shuffle to an even harder degree. So then you get even less capable players, and all the capable players are on the enemy team, and all the bad players are on your team. And if you stick in it, you're pulling teeth. You are backpacking an entire lobby of people who don't care. They don't care, they don't want to care, and it's just you. And it leads to it leads to a flashpoint. There's an inevitability that happens. Look, I'm putting the fucking SMO3 on. I don't use this gun. I've not used this gun in months. And I'm putting it on because everybody tells me it's busted. And I use it, and look how quick that guy died. See how fast that was? Unbelievably strong. This gun's broken. They've nerfed it now, though. Hopefully it's better. But you stay in it. You join a server, you have a decent time, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And by the end of it, you're leaving. You're leaving not because you don't want to play, but because the game is forcing you away. And I don't know where this is controlled, or if this is a choice, or if this is just something that we have to put up with because it's the way that the world works. I don't really know, rightly, anything along the lines of matchmaking. I don't understand it personally. I fucking hate those barriers as well. Putting those barriers on these levels is one of the most frustrating things you could have done, dude, and I hope you don't do it in the future because no one likes them. If you like those barriers, you were adopted. So you find yourself lobby surfing even though you don't want to. I don't want to lobby surf, guys. I want to get good ping, and I never get good ping because all the English servers that I join are generally miserable. It's either a stomp one-sided, or I do well 2 games in a row and it's everybody against me. And nobody wants to stay in that. And it's led to me playing less and less and less because I don't play bad business to improve. I'm not playing bad business to become the best bad business player. It's not my goal. I don't play bad business to assert myself and prove I'm better than everybody. I'm not 1v1ing fucking YouTubers. I'm not challenging people on streams. I'm not stream sniping. I'm not doing that because I don't care. I play this game to aim train. I play this game to get clips. That's it. I want to join a lobby full of the least capable people that stand together in an orderly fashion and don't move. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 5 dudes staring at their keyboards, not knowing what to press, and I want to flick between each of them perfectly and put it in a montage. That's what I want to do. That's my idea of fun. If I want to go and try my ass off and sweat until I die from dehydration, I can play any modern shooter right now that's full of all these 15-year-old E-Advantage junkies who've got like some fucking drip feed into their eyeballs of cocaine and Adderall and everything else, and gamer rugs and gamer socks and gamer chairs. They've got like a fucking gamer blowjob from their gamer girlfriend, and their gamer mum's throwing gamer pizza at them, and it's just fucking gamer universe, gamer-centric, gamer garbage. And I'm not interested in it. I've done that, guys. I'm not young anymore, you know? I was the young guy that wanted to be the best at everything and grinded and bullied everybody I came across. I've been that, I've done that. It doesn't hold any interest to me anymore. I want to have fun. And bad business, since I started playing at Christmas essentially. It was Halloween technically. Post-Halloween is when I started playing. And it was so refreshing because it was such a different type of speed of game and such a different community. And what I've seen happen is I've seen the game get smaller and smaller and sweatier and sweatier and much more capable than it was when I first played it. And I feel like it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, these windows of enjoyment. And it doesn't mean that I think it's the game's fault or the direction of the game's fault. I don't think it's that at all. I think it's just the ebb and flow of how games work. But I think that the matchmaking, the way it is and the way you notice it being is not helping. Like, what happened to random matchmaking? What happened to, at the end of the game, it just shuffles the teams? Where did that go, you know? Like, I love the idea of everybody just getting shuffled, instead of them going, oh, he went 0 and 50, we'll put him on Chris's team. Oh, that guy went 25 and 20, we'll put him on the other team. Like, why do I get put with all the 0 and 50 guys? And I have to fight my way through a fucking armada of dickheads to lose? And I ask you this, denizens of bad business. Why do you think bad business isn't as popular as it should be? Because I honestly don't really know. The only thing I can think of is that it's actually pretty hard. And people don't want hard games because fundamentally they don't want to learn, they don't want to invest time, they don't want to improve. They're just instant gratification scrubs.